Every once in a while, a rumor in the camera world begins quietly, almost as a whisper, and gradually evolves into a topic that dominates conversations among filmmakers, cinematographers, and tech analysts. That cycle has returned, and this time, the spotlight is firmly on Sony. What began as faint, scattered speculation about a potential update to the popular FX3, often referred to as the Sony FX3 II or even informally dubbed the FX32, has now grown into a wave of discussion that feels far more substantial than mere wishful thinking. A mixture of early leaks, insider remarks, and Sony's own subtle movements, such as price drops on the original FX3 and certain firmware-related behaviors, has transformed what was once a distant possibility into something resembling an emerging reality. Even though Sony has not made any official statements about an FX3 successor, the consistency of these reports across different corners of the filmmaking community makes it increasingly challenging to dismiss the idea. Several reliable sources with strong track records for predicting Sony's moves have hinted that the company is preparing a meaningful and ambitious evolution for their compact cinema lineup. Should these rumors prove accurate, the Sony FX3 II could serve as a bridge between Sony's smaller, more mobile cinema cameras and the more advanced, high-end models in the FX series, reshaping the lineup in a way the industry has not seen before. Early insider information paints a compelling picture of what the Sony FX3 II might offer. One of the most striking rumors involves a new 24-megapixel fully stacked sensor, potentially with dual-layer transistor technology. This isn't a minor update. If true, such a sensor would mark a major leap forward in terms of light sensitivity and readout performance. Faster readout would dramatically reduce rolling shutter, one of the long-standing challenges for filmmakers who frequently capture fast movement, rapid pans, or handheld shots. Enhanced light efficiency, on the other hand, could push the FX3 II far beyond the already impressive low-light reputation of the original FX3 and the A7S III. Considering how much these cameras are loved for their nighttime and documentary performance, even a modest step forward would be meaningful, but this rumored improvement sounds like an entirely new generation of capability. One of the most intriguing leaks focuses on a possible triple base ISO system, with native points at approximately ISO 800, ISO 4000, and ISO 25600. Such a configuration would give filmmakers extraordinary control across a vast range of lighting environments, delivering extremely clean footage even under harsh, unpredictable, or dimly lit conditions. For creators who shoot weddings, documentaries, music videos, or any kind of run-and-gun content where lighting is largely uncontrolled, the potential of triple base ISO could be a major reason to consider upgrading. But the feature that is generating the most excitement, perhaps even disbelief, is the possibility of full sensor, no-crop 6K open-gate recording at up to 120 frames per second. If this is indeed what Sony is preparing, the FX3 II would instantly leapfrog many current competitors. Full open-gate recording gives filmmakers the freedom to reframe, crop vertically or horizontally, and produce multiple aspect ratios from the same shot, an increasingly important capability in an era where content is often delivered simultaneously for cinema screens, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram Reels. And if the FX3 II can truly shoot 6K 120 FPS using the full sensor area, it would represent one of the most impressive performance jumps in Sony's cinema history. Additionally, oversampled 4K 120 FPS footage from a 6K readout would provide exceptional clarity, detail, and color accuracy, far beyond what the current FX3 can deliver. With features like these, early price predictions landing between $3,800 and $4,200 seem reasonable. Such a price would preserve the FX3's identity as a compact cinema camera while acknowledging the significant technological advancements expected in the FX3 II. As for the release timeline, most talk currently points toward late 2025 or early 2026, although Sony's exact strategy could still influence that schedule. There is, however, some skepticism about whether Sony will be ready to release the FX3 II before the FX6 receives a refresh. Historically, the FX3 and FX6 have shared very similar imaging capabilities, with the FX6 offering additional professional features, larger body design, and expanded controls. If Sony introduces a dramatically improved FX3 II without an updated FX6, it could disrupt the hierarchy within its cinema lineup. For this reason, some industry experts believe Sony may want to coordinate the releases, or at least ensure the FX6 successor arrives shortly after, to maintain a balanced product structure. The rumors of a major FX6 firmware update in early 2026 add fuel to the speculation that Sony is preparing a synchronized rollout to modernize both models at once. To fully appreciate why the Sony FX3 II is causing such a stir, it is helpful to look back at what made the original FX3 so important. Launched in 2021, the FX3 quickly became a favorite among filmmakers because it offered many of the cinematic qualities of Sony's professional cinema cameras, like the FX6 and FX9, but in a compact and extremely lightweight package. By borrowing the same 10.2 megapixel sensor from the A7S III, the FX3 delivered remarkable low-light performance and impressive dynamic range, all while providing a form factor that was tailor-made for handheld shooting, gimbal work, drone flights, or tight rigging environments. The FX3's reputation was further cemented when it was used by Hollywood professionals. The sci-fi blockbuster The Creator famously incorporated the FX3 into its production workflow, demonstrating that even a small, relatively affordable camera could produce results worthy of the big screen. This achievement showcased just how far compact cinema systems had come and proved that camera size was no longer a barrier to professional filmmaking. But the industry has evolved rapidly since then. Competing brands have introduced new technologies like full open gate recording, higher resolutions, internal RAW capture, and more robust media formats. While the FX3 remains a beloved camera, it no longer sits at the technological forefront the way it once did. Filmmakers have been waiting for Sony to respond, and the growing wave of FX3 II rumors suggests that Sony may now be preparing to deliver a significant leap forward. Within the filmmaking community, an unofficial wish list of improvements for the FX3 II has already emerged. High on that list is full open gate recording. As content creators increasingly distribute work across multiple platforms with different aspect ratios, a 3:2 open gate mode would dramatically improve flexibility. It would allow for easier reframing, cropping, and multi-aspect exports from a single master file, giving creators more room to experiment and adapt their work. Another major request is internal RAW recording. The current FX3 requires an external recorder for RAW capture, which adds weight, cost, and complexity, undermining the camera's compact design. Internal 16-bit RAW recording would let filmmakers access greater dynamic range and color flexibility while staying lightweight and mobile. Media format is another important topic. Sony's continued use of CF Express Type A cards on the FX3 has been a pain point for many users. Type A cards are not only more expensive, but they also offer slower maximum speeds than CF Express Type B cards widely used by competing brands. Transitioning to Type B for the FX3 II would reduce media costs and support the massive data rates required for high bitrate 6K recording. Durability and handling improvements are also high priorities among FX3 users. While the camera's lightweight construction is one of its strengths, some filmmakers have voiced concerns about long-term durability, weather sealing, and the robustness of certain components, like the articulating screen or hot shoe. A strengthened chassis with better weather resistance would make the FX3 II more suitable for demanding fieldwork, from harsh climates to travel-heavy documentary environments. Whether the FX3 II launches before or after the FX6 successor remains uncertain, but what is clear is that this camera, if it arrives with the rumored features, has the potential to reshape Sony's compact cinema category for years. A next-generation stacked sensor, advanced low-light capabilities, 6K open gate recording, internal RAW, improved durability, and AI-powered autofocus could make the Sony FX3 II one of the most impactful cinema camera releases of the decade. If Sony delivers even half of what these rumors promise, the FX3 II could become a defining tool for filmmakers worldwide.